What, man?
Yeah, sit here. Are you kidding?
That's nice.
That's pretty good too. He's got a blue and a black and
Go red and blue.
Might as well go patriotic.
Take red and blue, Mark. You want medium? Large?
They have it 100% cotton.
It's good. It's base housing. I mean, it's nothing spectacular.
You get any more tickets for now? Everything they do is a copy of Fort Ord now. Let's go to mountain training. Let's be the Army. I want to be in the fucking Army every day. Oh, you're taping, huh? That's nice. I'm over here cussing while you're taping.
I think those guys have just turned out
Tony. Mark makes me think I'm back in Egypt. Oh, Mark and Mark. Two Marks.
Absolutely.
See, my friend told you people would buy them. Footage of the most important table at the picnic.
like a little bit of sauce.
Mom, Sheraton left. I was down there at CBPO the other day asking around if they had any.
The lake used to be there. Hours over there. I don't particularly like California, and they were here a lot. Don't forget to get the welcome sign.
The nachos once.
I had the beer.
Do you think we'll have any more chicken?
There's a lot.
There's an
Is there a
awful.
lot
It
there
cooks
still?
quick.
Yeah, and
It cooks real quick anyway.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my.
Oh.
But, like what I started to see is we ate.
I know, it's really winch on the front.
Oh,
I'll take one.
Take them out. I don't know how they work. Other than that, I don't know. I think they're supposed to bring a boat out here.
Yeah, I saw one guy at the boat, but he wasn't the guy that was coming out.
We had to put you in one line. That's all you can do in the Army. I sure feel at home. I really appreciate that.
If there's no room in the first door, just so you can get up to the door. That's pretty good.
You could recognize me without my breath. Where is he now?
Wrong unit. Wrong unit. I thought we had a deal.
Praise and home. Please join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance. Detail. Forward. Home.
We really want to thank Greg also for accepting our invitation to be our master of ceremonies today on his own time. And it's also his wedding anniversary, his 5th wedding anniversary. I don't know many that would come out here to celebrate. And his wife Tammy over here in the shade. That shows that Tammy's the smartest of the two. She's over in the shade. But I want to add my comments to those of the chaplain and of course Greg, welcoming you all back. We're worried for a couple of days here that this would turn out to be a going away party rather than a coming home party, but I'm assured that all of you who have been are not going to be called back. That's what the president said. So put your faith and trust in the president. But we really are proud to have you back with us. And I know this has come a long time after some of you went and came back, but we really wanted to be sure that everybody we had involved in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm was home and able to participate before we held our little welcome home ceremony, and tell you that we really appreciate what you did for your country, what you did for all of us, and you see all of your friends and fellow members of the department who are out here who filled in behind you while you're gone, filling some very big shoes in many cases, and didn't grumble, didn't gripe, at least where I could hear it, to really make sure that the department continued on as it should. We had a tremendous number of really rather rotten things happen to the department in that period of time that many of you were gone. But you come back as people who have participated in one of America's greatest military battles and victories, I should say, and have the satisfaction of knowing that you played a role, even if you didn't get over to the Middle East, even if you were here relieving somebody else who went to the Middle East. You played your part, and you played it well. And it may not be the greatest political victory of all time, but it certainly was a tremendous military victory. And we're all proud of you and the role that you played in it. We just want to tell you thanks, welcome home. Now we had a couple of very special guests that were going to be here today. Major General Thrasher, Bob Thrasher, from the Commandant of the California National Guard, had committed to make every effort to get back. He was out of town, he's been in Southern California, and he said that if it was at all possible he would be back. Unfortunately, he did not get back. And so he is not here with us today, but he said to be sure and give you his congratulations for what he deems to be a really good job, a job well done, and he wanted to offer and add his congratulations to those of everyone else who was here. Now I want to turn it back to Greg.
I just wanted to say a couple of brief words on my own here. I don't think most people in the Sacramento community realize what a sacrifice it is to be a member of the law enforcement community. I've come to learn a little bit about that just in covering the law enforcement aspect of our community. And certainly that sacrifice goes above and beyond when people who are used to making that sacrifice here at home are then called abroad to perform at least a slightly similar function on a much grander scale. So while we're recognizing all of the people who served in Desert Shield and Desert Storm, I'd just like to say a brief thank you to all the rest of the people here for in the Sheriff's Department in serving whatever capacity it is, and their families, because they make sacrifices on a daily basis that also often go unthanked. And now's the time for me to at least say thank you for what everybody else here does in the Sheriff's Department. Now we have a special treat for all of you. The Mather Air Force Base drill team, the Silver Knights, will perform an exciting routine for you. The drill team is led by Sergeant Lockett. There will be some rifle fire during this performance, so be prepared for that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Silver Knights. Rifle fire, didn't it? This is the point in the program where we'd hope to have B.T. Collins, the new Assemblyman in the 5th District, come talk to us. He is running a little bit late. When he comes, or if he makes it up after we present the medals to the honorees, we'll have B.T. come up and say a few words. I guess at this point we should just go ahead and present the medals. If I call your name, would you please step forward, step up onto the platform here. The sheriff will present a medal for you. We've got about 19 of them all together listed. Some could not be here. It looks like we have 15 or 16 here. First on the list is Alton Tim, Sergeant First Class from the 270th MP Company. He's got some He was activated November 28th, assigned to Dahran, and returned home June 4th. Arsenault, Mark, Staff Sergeant E5, from the 940th Security Police Flight. He was activated February 8th, assigned to Saudi Arabia and Egypt and the United Arab Emirates. He returned May 22nd. Kaufman, David, Sergeant E5. He's assigned to the Marine Wing Support Squad, 472nd Military Police. He was activated December 27th, assigned Staff Sergeant, assigned to the 870th MP Company, Pittsburgh, California. He was activated December 6th, assigned to Karlsruhe, Germany. He returned May 30th. Gordon, George. An E8, assigned to the 940th Security Police at Mather. He was activated February 9th and served in Dahran, Al Ain in the United Arab Emirates and in Egypt. He returned home May 24th. Maples, Gregory, Staff Sergeant. Assigned to the 940th Security Police Flight at Mather Air Force Base. He was activated February 9th and served in Saudi Arabia and Egypt. He returned home May 22nd. May, Bob, Master Sergeant. Assigned also to the 940th Air Refueling Group and Transportation Company. Activated August 9th. Assigned to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. He returned home September 1st. Mashu, Dave. Master Sergeant. Assigned to the 301st Military Airlift Squad at Travis Air Force Base. He was activated August 30th and served TDY between Germany and Saudi Arabia. He returned home June 18th. Phipps, Dell, E4 Specialist. Assigned to Individual Ready Reserves. He was activated January 31st, assigned to the 4th Meta Infantry at Fort Carson, Colorado. He returned home on April 2nd. He served at Fort Irwin, California, and Fort Ord and Fort Benning in Georgia. Plessis, Mike, Staff Sergeant. Assigned to the 5th Special Forces at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Assigned to Saudi Arabia and Kuwait. I'd like to hear some of his stories. Roberts, Eric, Technical Sergeant E6. Activated December 31st rather, served in Taif, Saudi Arabia. He returned home April 9th. Samaniego, Robert, Master Sergeant, the 270th MP Company, 58th Street Armory. He was activated December 6th, served in Dahran, and returned June 4th. Smith, CW. CW4. He was assigned to the 126th Medevac Air Ambulance. He was activated November 27th, 1990, served in Fort Bliss, Texas, and returned home July 3rd, 91. Watkins, Charles, Petty Officer 2nd Class. Assigned to the Navy Special Warfare Group, 1st Special Boat Unit 11. He was activated February 28th, assigned in San Francisco, and returned home August 15th. Willis, Wayne, Staff Sergeant. Assigned to the 270th MP Unit. He was activated December 6th, served in Saudi Arabia and Iran, and returned home May 10th. And Woodell, Bill, Specialist in the 870th Military Police Company. He was activated December 6th, served in Karlsruhe, Germany, and returned home April 22nd. There's a listing here for the family and relatives and children of these people as well. there's no way to honor all of them individually, but maybe if I could have anybody who knows these gentlemen closely enough to stand up to do so at this point. Wives, girlfriends, mothers, fathers,
Okay. Yeah. We have some very nice medallions that all of the people have hanging around their neck. I have a replica of that I want to give to Greg for giving up time on his anniversary to come out and help us honor all of these people who have come back from overseas and served in the military. So Greg, from all of the committee, and we ought to honor the committee too, let people know who they are. Do you have that list?
No, but I can fake it.
Okay.
I'll probably end up leaving some people out, but I know Denise Allen is on it, and Sharon is on it, and who else am I forgetting? Mike Ash was the chairman. Dan Rimby. Kim Babcock. Would you come up and do this? Committee members, stand up and take a bow for us. Would that work? I understand that there's cake available down at the food area for some dessert for you. And B.T. Collins showed up, I understand. We'll try and run him in here and say a few words, too.
Okay.
I know everybody's going to be here for a little bit. We've got the
together,
picture going on, so hang out for a minute.
Okay. Okay. Stay put so that your friends and relatives can take pictures also.
Any smile, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, wait.
Turn the mic on.
The guy who really has given more to this country than most of us could ever imagine. Here with us as the newly elected Assemblyman in the 5th District. But a longtime friend, a person that I've worked with for many years, and a guy that I have tremendous respect for. And he is one of the greatest supporters that all of us in law enforcement could ever hope to have, but he's particularly a supporter of those who serve the dual role of being law enforcement officers who also serve their country in time of need. And it's really a real pleasure that I am able to introduce to you B.T. Collins. Looks like me.
Well, you see, I've already started acting like an assemblyman. I'm late, inconsiderate, expecting a drum roll. I was thinking of you guys yesterday. I got beat up over my very first day on the job, and another assembly member votes for me, and Christine Kraft takes me on. And I thought, you know, I'm driving down to Travis Air Force Base yesterday. And I'm thinking, why did you get into this? You know, here she is just ragging on me, not looking at the facts and everything. And I thought, Jesus. And I got down to Travis Air Force Base, and they were having a ceremony for former POWs and MIAs, you know, MIA week. And it was a very nice ceremony, a 3-star general, and a lot of young troopers there, and old POWs, older than me, older than dirt. And it gave me a different perspective about what's real and what's true and what counts in this world. And of course, the majority of the people have forgotten what those people did in 1941 and 1951, 1965. And after the ceremony was over, I went to say hello to this Korean POW who had been captured as a pilot in 52. And we do the MIA ceremonies when the casualties come home together. And I said, I was looking for you, Colonel. And he said, well, I was busy. He said, I always like to go over and say thank you to the troops that stand in this ceremony. You know, these young airmen and airwomen. And I always want to let them know that I appreciate them honoring my comrades' memories. And here's a guy in his 60s, and I thought, what an incredible, sensitive, normal, nice thing to do. And that's why I show up at law enforcement things and military things. Late. It's not a good time to be a cop, but that doesn't make any difference. Because you have each other. And when people like Christine Kraft want to trash the West Sacramento Police Department without finding out the facts, when we're so quick to judge over this traffic ticket sex thing, it's like we take the little tiny molehill and we make it a mountain. We never ask to hear the other side. We never understand what people in law enforcement do every day. And I get a little tired of this, but there's not much I can do about it except show up at medal award dinners and sheriff commencement things and highway patrol commencements, just to say by my presence, I appreciate what you did. I appreciate what you do every day. I appreciate those of you who went to Desert Storm. I'm a little embarrassed as an American that we had to put all these bumper stickers and yellow ribbons and all these things. That should have been the normal course of the thing. It shouldn't be the exception to say that I support the troops of the country. Imagine that we have to say that. It should be brought up that way. But for reasons that happened 25 years ago, we had to go through this. And as I said on July 4th, to about 6 different events, and they were all Desert Storm. There's, 2 Marines here and 4 guys here, and people like that they were honoring throughout the Sacramento area. I said to the participants of Desert Storm, what you have done, whether you drove a truck or flipped a hamburger or sorted mail or pumped gas, or whether you were the lead gunner on the lead tank, it doesn't make any difference. You stood up when others stayed behind. This country is full of wannabes, shoulda-bees, coulda-beens, and those of you who went to Desert Storm with no draft stood up for me and for everybody else. And I think that's a big deal, but it'll be more important to you when you're as old as me. And you'll be as arrogant and as smug as me because the rest of them stayed home. And you went. And I think the best message of all yellow ribbons and the picnics like this is not for those of you who went, because you have the satisfaction, the smugness, the confidence in your heart that you did the right thing. And it's just that simple. See, you have that to comfort you as the years go by. But the best thing about all this flag waving, which people like to look down their nose at, even to this day, is that you send a message to 10 and 12 and 14-year-olds. It's a good thing to stand up for your country. It's a good thing to wear the uniform of your country. That's what the best part of all this is. Kids should like parades. I don't find anything jingoistic or chauvinistic about that. That's why we have memorials. That's why, look at how well we did. But we lost 11 kids in California in that thing. We lost 400 people nationwide. And they're never going to notice. They are never, ever going to play with their kids at a picnic again. I can't fix that. You can't fix it. But we can never forget what people did for us, for you and me, when we frolic and do this kind of stuff. So let me just say thanks. I appreciate what you did. I'm too old to do this stuff anymore. I would have gone just because of the cameras. So, it's neat to be in the company of people who know 2 truisms. You've never lived till you've almost died, and freedom has a flavor the protected will never know. So thanks for what you did for me in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and the Persian Gulf. But more importantly, I know you get tired of hearing it, Thanks for what you do for me every day. One taxpayer appreciates it. Now feed me.
BT, for somebody who's ghost voting on his first day in office, glad that you could be here in person with us. Quick presentation for the sheriff.
I must say, though, for those of us who know you, we thought it was very fitting that your first vote should be a ghost vote. Very fitting. And I have, BT, you weren't here when we presented each of our people who served in Desert Storm or Desert Shield a medallion to kind of commemorate their service, and we have a replica of that here, and we'd like you to have one for giving up one more time a part of your time away from work, if you ever get that. But for us and for those of our members of our department who served over there, we appreciate the time you gave for us today, and so here's the little token.
Being the fraud that I am, of course, I will tell everybody that I was there. And when people ask me what this medal is for, you know, I'll tell them I was with the 24th Infantry in the lead tank and things like that. It's ironic that I would be chastised for a ghost vote when I was speaking to victims' rights advocates from 40 different states, and I had turned down an invitation to meet the President of the United States. How's that for cojones, huh? A little arrogant, huh? And I said, well, I'd prefer not to meet the President. Well, I made a commitment 6 months ago that I would talk to these people who have come from all over the state, all over the country to do the victim rights thing, you know, Mrs. Tate and her gang. And so I was telling them not to ever give up. One of these days we're going to care more about the victims than the offenders. And don't you ever give up either.
Okay, we're done. That's it. Go find some shade, and BT, there's some food left down there for you, too.
I'm sorry I was late.
Oh, really?
I didn't know you were
Okay, love.
Fritz.
Huh?
Well, yeah.
You didn't tell me. Got a couple of our guys now.
You know, in fact, I even shot my eyes in this.
Yeah, really, you look like a drug dealer. You'll never see your eyes.
There you go. That's
Yeah, I'd like to send you one of your first gratuities. I got a T-shirt home.
Is that the refuel?
Yes.
Yeah. Pam Milligan? Is that right? Yes. She's a navigator on a 135,
Well, I got both of them off, but they weren't sent for you, so.
All right. I don't know whether you guys ever saw the films of the 130s refueling, and it will look like a gas station in the sky. Some great footage of these helicopters. Cindy, how are you? And F-16.
Calling me on Christmas, even though I was out with my mom.
Okay. Hey, you guys.
You bet. That's right.
I've been having a lot of fun this last 6 months. It's called my Get Even speech.
I appreciate it very much.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to let happen what happened 25 years ago. Never again.
I'd like to get a picture with you too, because my wife.
Take off your glasses.
My wife. We were second lieutenants.
Henry Cook. So he asked to be activated, and they sent him to some big man.
That's what we kept saying. After, as soon as the first month was over in Daron, we were kind of just kicking back, doing the easy work. I'm thinking,
You met me at For the Family, remember?
Oh, okay.
We were supposed to go dancing, but we...
Let's get you in the shade. Oh, okay. We can talk.
And then you sail at night. Yeah. Every night we sail. So.
But you have dinner on your ship?
Yeah.
Because you're paying for that.
Yeah. No eating.